Hello, my name is Jorge, and I'm going to present about my personal philosophy. First, we have the metaphysics definition, and for me, the metaphysics is the branch of the philosophy that deals on the being as a being and not the material things. And for me, in the metaphysics, there are no God in the universe, and for me, the universe is something that was created by the astros and some kind of like a force or energy that compose us as a beings. And this energy has a cycle and it's renewed when we die. So all this energy, it's getting out of the world or out of the earth. We get it, and when we die, we just give that energy and that force to the earth again, and it's like a cycle. And for me, the reality is that the moment that is on the there is a reality such only they know, like the know and the present. There are like the reality is the today and the now and everything that it's happening right now. There is no like alternative reality or different reality. For me, in my cases, reality is the actual situation and what are you living on the present. And ethics, for me, ethics is the ability and the way that we distinguish between good and evil. And we are free to decide this, uh, acting by our principles and by our education and the things that we learn during our lives. So based on that, we have the ability, or we have the this type of knowledge that we get it through all these years. So we are uh, getting this personal thinking or personal philosophy and about what is good and what is bad. So the ethics, for me, I think that the human being behaves acting by the tripartite soul by Plato, where usually you have to make um, on symphony your mind, your heart, and your stomach, like not not that like specifically um, like reality, but for me, you act using your mind on the logical things. For example, if you want to do some kind of like act, and your heart says like you want to do it, but your mind says like you you can or you cannot do that. It depends on your logical or your rationality by um, your own thinking and what you feel and what you want, and acting by these three main points, you decide to act a different way. If you want to do something, you try to be like a straight line, like imaginary straight line in these 3 points, like acting no more than heart than rational, or no more rational than heart, because uh, the human being act using this mentality or this type of personal thinking. The epistemology is a study of knowledge and how do we know what we know. And for me, in my case, I think that Aristotle say that we learn from the experience, And for me, it's completely like, I think it's absolutely right, because as we know, the whole time, or in the society, the people say like the old people, they are the most experienced one, and they are smarter because they have been through all these years with the different experience, and they learn about the mistakes and the achievements. So I think that Aristotle was completely right, and my mentality is the same, that we learn from the experience, and the things that we do, we learn about it. And sometimes we learn about our mistakes, or we learn about our things that we made like good. And the technique, the from Aristotle, it's basically this, that we learn based on the experience, and the acting by this, acting, like learning by acting or doing things. And for me, there is no truth, only the present and the moment. It only exists one truth that we will never know, because the truth is something that we will never know as human beings. Because since for me, like the truth is the here and the present, and that there is no truth as such. Only a current moment, and what happens are variants or consequences of our actions. For me, my way to, as I said before, the empiricism is basically learn something based on our experience and our senses. And this word came from the Greek, language, that says, that is imperia, the Greek word that basically means experience. So we learned about what we do, um, what we create, or everything. There is like a different knowledge that we acquired from this. And for me, the Taoism, it's a great mentality about how do we have to flow with the universe without making a change, and only uh, flew like during this, like by the universe, but not changing like the not changing the universe, not changing this mechanism, or this structure that are in the universe. We just flew through this, and we just continue with the same cycle. Aesthetics, for me, uh, aesthetics is the philosophy of the art, or the interpretation. And for me, art is like the expressions of your feelings and emotions through a performance or a graphic representation. And for me, this kind of like the art for the society is divided by beautiful or ugly. That normally beautiful is like something like is geometrical, or is quite like impressive to the people, and something ugly is that is like disgusting, or makes feel like the people feel uncomfortable with that. But for me, there is no beautiful or no ugly. There is only like the art, and like just art, because the people appreciate different this kind of representations or graphic performance. And everyone have their own mentality or their own experience about that. So they sometimes know, like they sometimes feel different with the same art, because all the human beings are different, and the main brain is a completely world. There is a different world in every brain, and everyone has a different association to the beautiful or ugly based on their experience or on their knowledge. And one of the philosophers that I feel really close to my thinking and almost like similar is Aristotle, who thinks that the objects has a telos or a purpose. That for me, I think that we all have our own purpose of life that we want to accomplish, and always there is like a new goals, and when you accomplish your own goals, you feel like really good about it. So you make another new, like, harder goal to accomplish, and that's literally the purpose of life, like accomplish your goals, and trying to getting, like, we can say, like getting through these different levels, if we can like say it like a game. And for example, like in a game there is like different levels, and the first ones are easier, and the second ones it's getting harder and harder and harder. And I think that's one of the main points of the life, that you you feel like plenty, or you feel like happy to accomplish that purpose or that goals that you make by yourself, to yourself, and you you feel like, um how can I say, like fulfill about it, and you getting like by you getting these accomplishments. And in conclusion, in this semester I learned about uh, a lot of like critical thinking, and I think right now I'm more like open mind about the different thinkings, like philosophical thinkings or personal thinkings, because everyone has their own like mentality, or their own like way to think about the world, the how was created, how the world like just how the world just is like working, and how everything the society it's working. And for me, this course and this class was very important for me, because before this semester I had some different thinkings, but they were not like established. But right now that I learned a lot of different points of view of the others philosophers, uh, I just analyzed that their mentalities and their ways to think. And right now I feel like I learned about it, and I want to act, and I want to do some things that they that philosopher said about it, and how the life like how the life works, and how your mentality can change during this process of the life. And yeah, it's basically that we change during the different years, or the yeah, but by the time, in our mentality it's growing and growing. And that's why I think, and it's really similar to like Aristotle, and how we learned based on like our experience and everything, and the time is really important for our mind and also for our personal philosophy and thinking, and how do we get these mentalities or different thinkings depending on how what we learn and what we see and what we um, been through, like different situations. And I think that's it. Thank you. Thanks for your attention. And I I think this course is really good.